Who am I speaking to right now?
Cameron.
My name's
Cameron.
Cam Buford.
Hey, it's Peter Rosenberg. I'm hanging on my man Cameron Buford.
We got some good questions today.
I'm a Dolphin fan.
There's always room for improvement. I'm more a fan of boxing. Boxing is my main sport.
All we want to see every year are the best two mothers getting in the ring and getting them.
I got some of this for you.
Goodness. For me?
Yeah, just for you.
Think about it like this: the promoter pays the fighter, the fighter pays the manager.
Okay.
So the manager works for the fighter, and the fighter works for the promoter.
Okay. So you are lifting weights currently?
When he said it's easier to score in the NBA versus Europe, did you agree with them?
To me, it's easy to score all over the world.
Can I finish? Do you want me to speak or do you want to conduct the interview and answer for me? Which one?
What do you think about this upcoming?
Okay. Like I was saying before.
Aaron, what has the game of baseball taught you?
One of the biggest things is being humble.
Can you give a message to the kids to kind of persevere through the false teachings they may be giving?
Patience.
Okay.
Patience.
As the show Voice of the Fans
Oh my goodness
continues
gracious.
to evolve,
Come on, you were adding some spice to it.
it is strictly banter back and forth between myself and Cameron Buford.
I enjoy all of it.
The real ones know what's going on, right? Never mind.
Go watch the tape. Go watch the tape, and then you tell me if it was all about just a system.
You look like a buffoon.
Go do your research. Go do your study.
I'm not caught up to you guys yet. I do
No real surprise to that, Cam.
Hey, come here. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, this guy.
That's what's good in sports, man. It's Big Snoop Dogg, man.
That's what's good in sport.
Thank you for making our voice your choice.
If you haven't told your girlfriend about the show, tell her about the show. If you haven't told your boyfriend about the show, tell him about the show. If you haven't told your cousin, your uncle, your grandfather about the show, let everybody know about the Voice of the Fans podcast.
Hey, man, thanks for making our voice your choice. You know how we do. Yeah.
What's good, fans? Thank you guys for tuning in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. This is week 370 of this iteration of the Voice of the Fans podcast. And I got my man, my good friend, Mr. Bo Crouch. Bo, what's up with you?
How's it going, man?
I'm doing well, man. The hardest working man in the Northwest, I'd have to say, man. What show is this? Is this episode 17 for you today?
Not enough hours for that. Let's see. What is today? What is this? So this would be the 8th hour of camera time today.
The 8th hour. Well, let's make this the best hour camera time for you today, and get into this Hawks hype, because I know you're picking the Seahawks. So let's call this Hawks hype hour, because I want you to get me go right off the top.
You might have picked the wrong guy for just like hype.
Well, I mean that's what it's going to be. I don't expect you to disparage the Hawks in any way. So let's look at it from this angle. Give me your top reasons that the Seahawks will win on Sunday. And I'm going to ask you the same thing about the Patriots to see how objective you can be, sir. So prepare your thoughts.
I was going to say, I think you'll be surprised.
Okay.
So,
you want to start with the Patriots? If you can start with the Patriots, if you like.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We can start with the Hawks.
Yeah.
So I like your invite though. Your invite cracked me up. Like, how Patriots can win? Like, come on, let's talk about the Patriots. But yeah, no, it's so for Seattle to win, you need Darnold to play like he has during the playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. He's got to protect the football, make good decisions. It's something that you watched him do over the last couple of games, where you could see he wanted to make a bad decision. Like, you could see him get ready to toss that ball. Like, right? Whereas early in his career, like, he's hooking that ball directly to the wrong team, or, every other time he played the Rams, he's just like, hey, someone's down there, right? So it was good to see him kind of evolve away from that. There's a couple of things Seattle really needs. They need a little bit better coverage play out of their linebackers. That is something that can be exposed. It wasn't taken advantage of fully by the Rams, which I was actually kind of surprised about. Is there's some seam routes, in-cutting routes that are available on this defense. And so you can take advantage of that. If they are able to exploit that, it'll really open the running game up for the Patriots. So those are some key elements Seattle really needs to kind of shore up in this game in order to win, because the offense moves the ball well enough to score points. The defense obviously is the number one scoring defense in the league. So they do a lot of things well, but there are elements that this team can take advantage of. So,
and what do you expect? I guess what I'm looking at is I expect the Seahawks defense obviously to lead the charge.
Yes.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for the Patriots to run on them. These are my reasons. I think the Seahawks have the advantage. It's going to be hard for them to run on them. Their passing game, they don't have Stephon Diggs can't beat you deep. So I mean, he can beat you. He can beat you with a bunch of paper cuts, but he's not going to be able to beat you deep. Yeah, it's going to be death by paper cuts if you look at it that in that regards. The running game is key, and I think about to mix it in here with the Patriots. If the Patriots run pass option can be effective and they can call them at the right times, they're not going to make a living off the run pass option. You're not going to do that. But if in key moments, if you can catch the Hawk off guard and take advantage of Drake May's agility, that's going to be a key factor for them to win. But back to the Seahawks, Smith and Jigba. What I was saying about the Patriots receiving core, they don't have anything like anybody like Jackson Smith or Jigba who can get open against anybody. So because of that, they can kind of put a little bit more focus on the run. Even Worry, we know, is going to be everywhere. So I think advantage Seahawks defense. Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't think Chris Jones can cover him alone. That being said, that's going to open it up for Cooper Kupp and the running game for the Seahawks. So Walker Jr. I have some props that I'm going to run over with you. The run game is.
Don't you think Gonzalez is going to be who's covering JSN though?
So, okay, can Gonzalez cover JSN?
I think he's going to limit his. I would be surprised if they don't do if they don't have a safety that shades whatever side Gonzalez and JSN are on.
So either way, they're going to need some help, right?
Yeah, they're certainly going to need some help. But the way that I look at how they'll probably approach that is they're going to force Kupp and Shaheed and Bobo to beat you. I think they're going to try and eliminate as much of JSN. If you look at the over-under for JSN as far as a prop bet on receptions, it's only 6.5. And I think he probably comes up a half short. I think he ends up with 6 receptions in this game.
Well, in that respect, it's not similar to the reason you brought in Cooper Kupp at the beginning of the season. I'm not sure when the Seahawks signed Cooper Kupp, they were expecting Cooper Kupp to catch 90 balls for 1,500 yards. I don't think that was their anticipation. I think they were expecting Cooper Kupp to capitalize on the openings and the advantage that JSN gave you.
Yeah.
Now's that time. The Sunday is that time.
No, and that's
exactly you say they're gonna let Shaheed. You say they're gonna let Shaheed. They're gonna allow him single cover him and allow him to spread through the secondary. Do you think that's the game plan? And to sprint through the secondary?
The thing that's funny is Seattle doesn't include Shaheed in the offense a lot. Like he's not even on.
So again, you think last week was an aberration? You think Sam Darnold just found him out of nowhere on that early to start the game off on that what was a 50-yard reception? You think Sam Darnold just thought in my head, let me go to this guy who we haven't gone to all the season? This is what I'm saying. The advantage of
take a look at that game. Take a look at that game. So if we're talking about against the Rams. Yeah, he tore off that 50-yarder, and then you didn't see him again for a quarter and a half.
Yeah, because the damage was done. The damage that you're not gonna be able to do that 4 or 5 times on Sunday. That opportunity to do that is not going to be there 4 or 5 times. It's going to be there early. I think it's going to be there early, or if JSN and Cooper Kupp, work that intermediate route, then he becomes available.
That's my point. Is you need to get him a little more available during the game in order to stretch the defense out a little bit, because that'll make some of those windows for a Cooper Kupp much easier to accomplish.
Well, yeah, but again, I'm not looking at. You said Shaheed to be a difference, and I don't disagree with you, but I don't expect him to catch 6 balls for 180 yards.
What
I expect him to be 103. It is. This is a Super Bowl. There's going to be 1 or 2 big plays that make the difference in this game. It's not. Yeah. I don't expect.
So
I do expect the Seahawks to win by more than 10 points. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
What my point there wasn't that Shaheed was necessarily going to erupt into some craziness. Basically, I think the way the Patriots are going to try and guard JSN, they're going to challenge you to make those guys be difference makers. I'm not saying that they necessarily are going to be. Obviously, Shaheed in special teams is just electric, but they don't use him a lot in the offense. The thing is I think they're going to try to eliminate JSN as much as possible, and that's going to open up opportunities for Kupp.
100%. 100%. I'm sorry, I disagree with you. 100% agree with you.
Or something.
No, I 100% agree with you. And I kind of tend to lean Vrabel, remembering how Vrabel played, was more of a straight up guy.
Yeah.
And so I believe he's going to give his guys a chance to play straight up football. How long that's going to last, I don't know. But I believe he's going to give, because that emboldens your player. If you have the coach stick behind you and feels that you're confident in doing what you do, you feel more confident in doing what you do. So I think he emboldens his players in that respect. And playing football, as you know, you've been in the game, playing straight up, playing hard-nosed football, straight up football. If you can punk this other guy by playing hard-nosed football, that makes the third and fourth quarter a lot easier. So if you can get that done, and that's why I believe Vrabel has done. And so I think he's going to give his guys a chance to play some heads-up football. And as you mentioned, there's obviously going to be a key a leaning or a slant to JSN, but you can't slant this much. You can't slant that much because you do have a Super Bowl MVP on the other side of the field.
Absolutely.
And has he been, as I mentioned, they didn't bring him in to catch 1,500 yards this season. They brought him in for this moment right here. To take advantage when they are leaning the other way to this guy who's had an all-pro season. Take advantage of these opportunities that you're going to get. Shaheed, take advantage of these 1 or 2 bursts that you're going to get. These 1 or 2 bursts is going to change your lifetime. It's going to change the world. It's going to change NFL stats forever. Because if he does catch 2 or 3 of these bombs, it's going to be game's over. Because you're not going to be able to guard him and Kupp and JSN, and then Walker's going to end up eating at you too. But let's get to the Patriots. Let's focus on the Patriots now. What are the advantages that you feel the Patriots have in winning this game on Sunday?
No, and that's really what I was saying.
What's up, Chief?
Hey. That is that there's the little elements of like seam routes, stuff like that. Like they're going to have to look for that. Obviously the RPO is huge because you're not going to beat the secondary so much. Like Diggs isn't that guy and they don't have enough other guys. Right. So Diggs can get open, but he's not ripping the top off or anything like that. So that's why I say seam routes, some of those in-cutting routes where he's going to be moving into either man or zone situations with the outside linebackers. There's opportunities there. And so then if you can collect on some of those, that opens the running game up. They do have a good running game, right? One of the things that the Patriots, if they can keep May upright where he's not making mistakes, that's what they're going to need to do to be able to hang with the firepower of what the Seahawks do on offense. So it's not so much that there's a distinct advantage for the Patriots, right? If they play fundamental clean football, they'll be in this game, right? The other thing they need to be able to do is if they can score first, that will be a huge element for them, because then their, guys up front on defense can kind of pin their ears back a little bit and go after Darnold. Because the one thing we know about Darnold is if he's going to make mistakes, it's because he's under duress and having to press from behind. Right?
So a couple of things about that point right there. I want to talk to you about the prop bets, and one of the prop bets is Sam Darnold's INTs. What do you make of the stat that both of these teams have winning records when the quarterback has given up 2 interceptions or more?
Yeah, it's
both of the teams. I think it's 12 to 2. 12 to 2. Both of the combined record are 12 to 2. When both of the teams throw multiple interceptions, they have a combined record of 12 and 2.
Yeah, it's a testament to their defenses. I mean, you're talking about a couple of the best defenses in the league, right? So that is a huge testament to them, because that is their defense going out, getting a stop or getting another turnover to get the ball back, like creating opportunities for an offense that let them down, essentially. I mean, when you think of when Seattle beat the Rams the second time, the first time, obviously they barely lose. Like if they make that field goal, they win. Right. But, he throws 4 picks in that game. The one that they won, I think he still threw 3. Right. So, I mean, you're talking about a defense really keeping you in it. A huge thing for Seattle is during the playoffs, he hasn't thrown a pick.
Right. Exactly.
And so, the Patriots, to have a shot in this thing, they're going to have to figure out how to get Sam to turn it over. And that is by jumping out ahead to make him start to press, right? Because that's when he has trouble. When he has, defenders in his lap and he's trying to press to catch back up, that's when he makes mistakes. If he gets to play with a lead, he makes a lot less mistakes.
Right. There's no pressure. Yeah. Who do you think plays better in this game? Do you anticipate? Does Sam Darnold play better than Drake May in this game?
I expect Darnold to play better. Yeah.
You expect Darnold to play better?
Yeah. Only because of what we've seen out of May over the last few games. Like it hasn't been pretty. It's worked.
It's been some rookie playoff jitters or first time playoff jitters. I've noticed that as well. But I don't know if you get over that. Do you get over that in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks?
No.
For the Super Bowl, it just increases. There's going
to be issues. There's going to be issues. So I fully expect Drake May to make some mistakes, and Seattle's defense is too good to do that against.
So let's jump in. I want to jump into a couple prop bets because you keep leaning me right there. Sam Darnold's interceptions over under 1.5. That 0.5 is tricky.
Yeah,
you say under?
I'll take the under.
So you say 1.
I think exactly. I think the hook is what gets you there. I don't think he has a multi-interception game, but I wouldn't doubt it if he tosses one.
Bogle's under. Will there be a defensive touchdown in the Super Bowl?
It's almost hard to think that there wouldn't be one. Like you're talking about the number 1 scoring defense and the number 4 scoring defense. Like I think they'll have their opportunities. Whether or not they can take it to the house, that's a tough, who knows. But it would not shock me
if there's a defensive touchdown.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go on the record and say this is gonna be a clean game. No, there's gonna be no defensive touchdowns. I'm gonna go on the record and say that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on the record and say that, and you're saying yes, Bo.
Sure, I'll jump in on it. Yes, why not? I'm not putting money on it, so it's safer.
Well, yeah, it's easy. It's easy that way, huh? Will there be the distance for the first field goal made over under 36.5 yards?
Over.
Yeah, I agree with that. It'll be over.
Yeah, no, it'll be over.
I agree with that. Will there be a successful 2-point conversion in this game?
Man, that's a good question. I'm gonna go with
yes. I'm gonna go with yes myself on this one because I think the Seahawks will be up and Seahawks are having to be up on a scoreboard. Denver are gonna be, or not Denver. The Patriots gonna be one to come back. Will there be overtime?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this gets done regulation.
Yeah, no myself. Will there be a safety?
As entertaining as that would be, probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, there'll be opportunities. I think.
Oh, I think there will be opportunities. Both special teams units are incredibly good, so there will be opportunities. But I'm going to go with probably not.
Jackson Smith legit would win the Super Bowl MVP.
No.
If the Seahawks win, it's going to be Sam Darnold.
It'll either be Sam Darnold or a defensive player. Because I don't think they're going to generate enough of a running game to give it to Walker either. They're going to have enough running that it keeps the Patriots honest, right? Like they'll have to defend against it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Walker only ends up with like 60 yards.
You don't think they're going to run the ball?
I think they're going to run it. I don't know that they're going to be highly effective at it. You got to keep in mind.
For MVP, really? He probably did team MVP. He could be that.
You know what? If he hauls off and wins this thing with 5 or 6 field goals, he's going to do it. And it wouldn't be the first time this season they won that way. But
that'd be a shame if we see five or 6 field goals on Sunday. That'd be a shame.
It would be a shame. Would be a shame.
That would be a shame.
The defense for the Patriots, though, they're 6th against the rush. So, I mean, like they have a good rush defense. Now, granted, that was against, of their 17 games, all but 3 of those coaches were fired. So, I mean, we call it what it is, but the stats are the stats. And as it sits on a leaderboard, they're 6th against the run.
Will Rashid Shaheed score the first touchdown?
I mean, if he could get an opening kickoff touchdown, that'd be rad. Like that would be amazing. I'm going to go with probably not though. Probably not.
Like he did against the the Niners?
Yeah. It's fantastic. I was like, let's go. Like
that game was over right then.
Oh yeah.
Drake May throw an interception?
I believe he does.
Yeah, I got him.
What's the line on that? Or is that just an anytime?
Plus 150. Or excuse me, plus 115.
I mean, it's not really a great line, but yeah, I think I think he tosses one.
Don't think we'll see a bunch of Bolo touchbacks. Let's hope not. Anyway. Again, let's hope for a good game. You guys are bringing up stuff in bad games. A lot of punts and focusing on punts and touchbacks. Come on, let's play some football.
You got to be careful if you're punting a lot to Shaheed.
Over under Kenneth Walker rushing. Kenneth Walker over under 16.5 yards is the longest rush. I mean, come on, he can't get 60. He can't get a 20-yard gain in the game.
That's
a tough one, actually.
If he does, it would be because of a defensive breakdown.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm going Kenneth Walker in the Super Bowl. You can get a 20-yard gain in the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna go with yes. Also, I think he gets on some Michael Irvin, extra action and has the energy to get 20.
It's a Michael Irvin. Okay. I mean, whatever it takes. Ramondre Stevenson over under 56.5 rushing yards. I'm gonna say under, actually. Ramondre Stevenson over under 56.5 rushing yards.
I'm going to go over.
You got him rushing, having a good game on the ground, huh?
Well, I mean,
I don't know the stats, but how many times does the Seahawks defense give us 60 yards rushing?
I take that back. I think you say 56?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go under.
Yeah, I think that's easy under. That's an easy under. So real quick, Bo. The Browns, hired Todd Monken as HC. Thoughts on that particular hire, or are we looking at another bad year for the 3 years for the Browns?
I mean, it's the Browns. What are we doing?
I mean, feel the same way about the Cardinals hiring Mike LaFleur?
The LaFleur hire, I was intrigued with. I was like, okay, they're getting a younger guy. Like, we'll see what's up. We'll see what they do with Kyler, kind of thing, whatever. And then they go get Hackett, and I was like, oh, never mind. They're not even trying. Got it. So, yeah, I don't know if I got hired again. I mean, he's a head coach. It doesn't work. He goes to be an OC. He gets demoted and then fired. And now he's going to be, I don't know what we're doing. But we haven't seen anything out of him that makes you think that, you know what? He's the guy that's going to turn the offense around in Arizona.
Well, yeah, I don't know what they see in that guy myself. The Raiders are targeting Clint Kubiak.
Yeah, he'll be a Raider. Yeah, and honestly, it's a great move for him. It's not like it's a huge shock, right? I actually thought he was going to take the Ravens job, honestly. But
the Ravens didn't wait long enough.
They interviewed him in the bye week. So
I think this would be the better. I mean, at least he has an offensive scheme. Obviously, the son of a former player, son of a head coach. He's been around the game. He's part of that Shanahan tree.
There's a lot to like for the Raiders too, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's what I'm saying. For the Raiders, I think that's a good hire. Now they got a young coach, because a young quarterback.
Well, and I mean, it's a good opportunity for Kubiak because you have the number 1 pick, you have Crosby on defense, you have 2 good tight ends, you got a good running back. You do have I think it's the second most cap space in the league. And so you can make some stuff happen with this team. Plus, you have an ownership that is looking at this being a multi-year turnaround, right? Because if they thought it was just going to be next year, they probably keep Pete Carroll. So you can see that they are embracing the fact that this might take a couple of years. And if that's the case, this is a great situation for Kubiak. Now, obviously, he's our OC. That's unfortunate. But, I mean, if you make it to the Super Bowl, how many times do you get to keep your coordinators? It's pretty rare.
Well, yeah. And I think it's not like he was here for years. This offense, I think there's in not trying to dumb down what this offense have done, this running this scheme, Shanahan scheme offense has done. But I think there's probably a lot of people similar in his boat that can call plays effectively. And good for him. Congratulations. He did it. Let's see you go win. Let me get your feedback on this, and I think you'll be a good person to ask. We know the Rooney Rule isn't working.
Okay. I mean, it sort of is.
It sort of is. Zero out of 10 coaches got hired this offseason, or 0 out of 10 minority coaches.
I think Saul actually fits that rule, but the big thing is, it's not just head coaches. So it's expanded to coordinators and stuff like that. And you do have 7 coordinators, offensive and defensive coordinators that have come in. So I think even though this time around you didn't end up with a lot of them that fit the Rooney Rule, I think what you're seeing is the pipeline grow.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How many offensive coordinators are minority offensive coordinators?
So I would have to look that up. I don't have that number offhand.
Oh, well, I didn't expect you to have it off. But, I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I just really want to get your feedback on this situation.
So I don't think it's a perfect system. And they have continued to tweak it over the years to expand into GMs and, stuff like that. So, I mean, they've expanded it to a degree, and it's also expanded to be not just African-Americans, but all minorities, right?
I think it's tough not to cut you off, but it's tough to people hire who they're comfortable hiring in every walk of life, and it's tough to mandate an owner to hire a particular person, whether it be blue, green, or yellow. It's higher. It's higher to mandate the owner.
And that was actually going to be the next step of where I was going. Okay. Is you're seeing the pipeline, filling up, but you're also seeing as some of these owners start to want to sell, is they're getting ownership groups as opposed to just one old white guy.
It's still 3 or 4 white guys run in the group.
You're actually seeing players, getting into these ownership groups, and so we have
Tom Brady. What players?
No. I wasn't thinking Tom Brady because that's just a minority buy-in. But when you're looking at like an ownership group that Washington has now, right? Okay. And so, but you're starting to see more of those. Because you have to, because the price tag of these things.
Sure,
it's going to sell for $7 to $8 billion. There's not a lot of people that are just like, hey, you know what? I got $7 billion in the couch here. Let's go. Like a lot of these are requiring ownership groups, and so I think that's going to slowly change some of that dynamic.
Well, that's wishful thinking, and I don't see any reason there's no accuracy to that. It's just. We haven't seen any results today, and
there's only one of those. But you have the Seahawks that are going to be coming up. There's other teams that you would think either could sell or maybe should. Jets, we see you.
They don't. He don't care. He's making a boatload of money. I doubt he can care. I doubt he can care whether they win or lose. Do they want to win? Sure. Do they want to win? Sure. But I think the most important thing is, and I've heard this while I was
they want to
gallivanting around. The most important things for owners are having butts in the seats. They don't care. The results are irrelevant. It's having butts in the seats and being attractive enough to have the butts in the seats. That's what the owners care about.
That's exactly what I've said. The Mariners are forever. Play just good enough to get people in the building.
And they keep getting people in the building. Surprisingly,
they do. They actually did some smart things last year, though. So, it was weird. Like I didn't know how to take that.
So give me a final score. Give us a final score on the game Sunday, and then tell us how you will enjoy the game. How will you enjoy Super Bowl 60?
So 27-24 Seattle. Okay. I think it's going to be a field goal kind of game. I think there's going to be mistakes on both sides that keep it tight. I'm going to watch it at Crucible, actually. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna not do any shows. I'm just gonna go enjoy this game as a fan. I'm gonna do a couple shows in the morning.
You see how quickly that changed, fans? You guys see how quickly that changed.
But I'm not gonna do anything during around the game. So I'm gonna do a couple first thing in the morning, and then I'm out. And I'm gonna go get some wings and beer and watch the game. It's gonna be nice.
Okay.
How about you? What are you doing?
I'm not sure. I might be out your way. I got a couple different invites. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. But gotta be good food and gotta be a nice. What are your you go into the bar, so obviously you want to be around people, you want to watch the game, you want to have a clear view of the game.
Want the energy.
Some adults, some energy. Yeah. Is the TV important to you? Is the sound important to you? Do you want the game sound or do you want music in the background?
Oh no! I got to hear the game. Yeah.
Okay, so the game is important to you. Obviously, You're going to be at the sports bar. So I'm thinking about Super Bowl parties, the do's and don'ts, if you had any. But you're going to be at a sports bar, so that kind of changes.
So I almost always host one. I just didn't have the bandwidth to do it this time. Okay. I just with so many shows and running around and trying to do crack and stuff and whatever, it's been chaos. So I wasn't trying to put one together. Do's and don'ts. This is easy. If you are watching the Super Bowl with guys that like football, do not talk during the game. There are plenty of timeouts. There's lots of other stuff. We don't care about whatever thing you got going on outside of this game for about 3 hours.
Right. Care less. I think everybody could agree to that one. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So wherever you're at, if you're at a game, at a Super Bowl party this weekend with somebody who actually cares about the game, just let them watch the game. All right. Yeah. And go have your conversations in the back room and the bathroom.
If your primary focus of this thing is the halftime show and commercials, we are not the same.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk at the commercials and halftime show. That's when we talk. Okay. How about that time?
Yep.
Bo, let the people know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah. So you can find me on all the socials, Football Talk with Bo, my YouTube channel at Football-Talk. And do actually have a couple of pretty cool things coming up tomorrow midday. If you happen to be in Jacksonville, I will be on ESPN Radio on one of their shows. And then on Saturday, if you happen to be in Reno, I will be on Fox Sports.
There you go. Nationwide, huh?
Let's go.
Football Talk with Bo. We appreciate you having you on the show. Thank you for making stop by the Voice of the Fans podcast, and we appreciate your time, Bo. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me on. Take it easy, brother.
Have a good one. That's my guy, Bo Crouch, Mr. Football Talk with Bo. Obviously, brings some good content. Thank you guys for tuning in for Bo. Fans, I want to talk to you now about this NBA trade deadline. It's been hot. The trade deadline in the NBA has been on fire. Have you guys been able to keep up with everything going on? Just on the way to start the prep for this trade deadline that looks more like a 2K trade deadline. Anthony Davis goes to the Washington Wizards. Now the Washington Wizards have Anthony Davis and the point guard from Atlanta, Trae Young. I mean, that's a decent duel to start with if they can be on the court. Trae Young hasn't played a full season, I don't think, in his career, full 82 games in his career. And Anthony Davis, as we know, doesn't play more than 60 games a season. So on paper, that looks really good. And they have a rookie. They have a rookie and some picks. On paper, that's a really good move, but you're just not going to get any. I guess a team like Washington to take the games they get out of Washington, out of Anthony Davis and Trae Young. So kudos to them. Nikola Vucevic goes to the Boston Celtics. And the Celtics, I'm surprised the Celtics got rid of Anthony Hardaway. Anthony Simons. I'm surprised they got rid of him. And I guess this tells me that who am I having a brain fart on? Jason Tatum is on his way back because I thought he would have been a good guy to come off the bench or to spell either one, him, Jason Tatum or Brown. I thought Anthony Simons would be a good guy for that. But however, they get a center to replace the big guy that they sent away last year. Boston has some size and some scoring assurance. I just don't know how that works out. Lonzo Ball, he gets sent to the Jazz in a 3-team deal. The Jazz apparently played a wave ball. The Hawks receive Jock Landale, and not sure who did the Cavs receive. What, some salary relief? I don't have any information on who the Cavs receive on this one. Jared McCain gets sent to the Oklahoma City Thunder, essentially for their first-round pick next year. Oklahoma City just makes decent move after decent move. I guess with VJ Edgecombe emerging and Tyrese Maxey emerging, that Jared McCain becomes expendable. So that's pretty interesting. The blockbuster trade, James Harden gets traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Clippers, they get younger, the younger Darius Garland, and the Harden now teams up with the guard out there in Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell. Do you guys think that is that a formidable tandem? Is that a formidable duel, Mitchell and Harden? I don't know if that moves them. I know Harden now they're going to get some more better play out of the center, Mobley and Jared Allen. I know they're going to get some better play out of those guys, bringing in Harden. Now maybe this takes some pressure off of Mitchell and he can just score. We'll see how it works out. I still don't have any faith in the Cleveland Cavaliers. They haven't shown me any reason to have faith in them. Jaren Jackson gets traded to the Utah Jazz. The Memphis Grizzlies apparently blowing things up over there, sending away Bane in the offseason. They trade away Jaren Jackson during the season. Ja Morant, I guess you should start packing up because, the Memphis Grizzlies look like they're doing something else. Does this move the needle for you guys? Does Jaren Jackson, the former Defensive Player of the Year, make the Utah Jazz better? I'm not so sure, but you guys tell me. I can be in the clouds or in the fog somewhere. I don't know that it makes it better. Now the Clippers on another move. Not only do they sign, do they trade Harden to Cleveland Cavaliers? They send Chris Paul out of the country to the Toronto Raptors. But the Torontos get a much-needed floor leader. The Nets get the young talent Ochai Agbaje. I'm butchering that, but that's who the Nets get, and the Clippers get some much-needed second apron cap relief. Now, getting rid of sending Harden to Cleveland Cavaliers, Harden demanding the trade or however that went down. I think that's the best move that Lawrence Frank has made in a few years at least. Obviously, anybody would have went and signed Paul George, made that trade for Paul George. Any GM worth their salt would have, at the time, in real life time, they would have made that move. Does Lawrence Frank get credit for making that move? I'm not so sure. Lawrence Frank passed up on Michael Porter Jr. He was hurt when he was injured. They said he didn't pass the physical, or his medicals didn't check out during the draft. But he was they could have got him at the number 14 pick right after they drafted or the number 13 pick right after they drafted Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but they chose James Robinson, who's not even in the G League now. Lawrence Frank, this was the best decision he's made. I've not been a huge fan of any decisions that he's made in recent years, but this was the best one by not signing Harden, not re-signing Harden, not going older for longer. At least you get younger. There's still some issues with Garland, but at least you get younger. Now you can you get more athletic. When he plays, you have something to play with. I think it helps the team out. So we'll see how things work out for the Clippers. But I don't think it was a terrible move to get rid of James Harden or not re-sign James Harden. The Bulls add Jaden Ivey in a 3-team deal. Minnesota gets cash considerations, and something has to do with the cap as well. Chicago received Jaden Ivey and Michael Conley Jr. I think Conley Jr. might be in the line for him. And Detroit gets Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric, and a projected 2026 first-round pick from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Giannis is still out there. A lot of teams are still have machinations for Giannis to get them on the team if they can. It sounds like Giannis might not get traded until the offseason. Sounds like the best things for Milwaukee. They can get the best suitors that now that Giannis is kind of commanded or requested a trade, they can get the best suitors for him in the offseason. So it sounds like that's more likely to happen than not. And the question is, the major question everybody's waiting to see is John Morant. Does he get traded before tomorrow night, or does he get traded in the offseason? Because, again, just similar to Giannis, you can probably, once you put it out there that you want to trade this guy, you can probably get the most for him. But considering that they traded Bane in the offseason, now Jaren Jackson, now they got these young guys. You want Ja around these young guys that you have on your team. you probably want to get rid of him. And it's what does Memphis think they can get from him? Do they, change it for 50 cents on a dollar, get rid of him for 50 cents on a dollar, or do they expect to get 2 first rounders out of him? What are they asking for? That I don't know. That's the question probably that they're facing right now. And that's the way the trade deadline is crazy. The trade deadline has been really hot, fans. It's been a busy night. I'm kind of on a hard out tonight, so I just want to run through a few things real quick. Talk about the boxing. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Did anybody watch it? Did anybody see Big Baby Miller get his wig knocked back? Anybody see that? Did anybody see him get his wig literally knocked back, knocked off? Then he had to rip it off, and he made up some story. But the dude was wearing a real wig, and I noticed it from jump. I saw it immediately. I noticed it like something wrong with dude's flat top, and something ain't right. And then sure enough, he got knocked off. But the Shakur Stevenson, the star of the show. Anybody who would listen to me, I've been telling them Shakur Stevenson is as bad as dude in boxing. I've been saying this for a while now, regardless of who puts out their top 10 list. Shakur Stevenson is top 1, 2, or 3, and you can't argue anymore when you saw that the display he put on against Teofimo Lopez. Now, what I saw in Lopez, I expected Lopez. He's been the most, up until fight night, the most aggressive fighter that Shakur Stevenson has fought. So we thought he was going to come at you. He was going to have a relentless attack on Shakur, and that was not the case. Shakur Stevenson settled down because it was he stuck that jab in his face all night long and wouldn't allow Teofimo Lopez to get comfortable, to size him up at all for a shot. He was not letting them to rear up and hit him with a combination or a wild overhook or nothing. Teofimo stuck that jab in his face all night long. And if you saw the fight, if you saw the end of the fight, look up his Teofimo Lopez post-fight interview, and you'll see a big old gash on his eye because he was just getting hit in that eye all night long. And the bone right behind it was darn near exposed. Teofimo Lopez got just it was a sweep. It was 11-1 fight. Anybody had 11. All judges have 11-1. Anybody watching the fight, so it was just a sweep and a show, a mop up all night long. What's next for Shakur Stevenson? He called out Conor Benn. I don't expect him to fight Conor Benn. I don't know who he fights at 140, but I don't expect him to fight Conor Benn next. I think that's going to sit and settle for a minute, and then they can build up more hype for it because he's going to have to go outside the country for that fight. But that was an awesome fight for anybody who watched it. We got Mario Barrios fighting Ryan Garcia on the 21st of February. Just heard today that Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman is fighting on March 28th, which would be another good fight. So we got boxing. Boxing is back, fans. Thank you guys for checking in to the Voice of the Fans podcast. Again, I got a hard out tonight, so I got to get out of here. But one of the things, as you guys know, I like to review and end the night with a quote. The quote I found tonight is from Oscar Wilde. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Oscar Wilde. Fans, we're all in this. We're all in this together. I mean, everybody you see, everybody that's in your circle, everybody that's in your orbit is likely going through the same issues that you are. Meaning we're all in it together. But some of us are looking at the stars, meaning some of us actually have ambition, and some of us want to excel and propel. Is that you who want to excel? Is that you who want to propel past your current status? This is what we have to answer yourself. Because by looking at the stars, you have some ambition and to exceed and grow beyond your current status. So that's why I like this quote. We all are in the gutter, meaning we're all in this together. but some of us are looking at the stars. Meaning some of us has ambition, and either we need to inspire, encourage other people or others or in our circle or in our orbit with that ambition, or continue to move forward. And that's a quote from Oscar Wilde that I really enjoy. Thank you guys for sticking with us and tuning into the Voice of the Fans podcast tonight. I will see you next week. I want you guys to all enjoy the Super Bowl, regardless of who you're rooting for. Enjoy the Super Bowl, stay safe, and we will talk to you next week. Thank you for making our voice your choice.